Like the globe, mind spinning, time shifting like the atmosphere. Need to pay attention. Perfume on some cockeye like camps with detention. It's prison, they lynch me. They words have their intentions. Chanting I can't breathe while the government hat off. Best take off while the president play golf. Build your house upon the sand. I can't stand it, nothing soft. Our community won't talk. Too much static, still in shock. Could've trained, but we did not. It's too late to fight that clock. Can't yell fire when it's hot. When the messenger gets shot, cause the powers are corrupt and we scared it's gon' erupt. So that mountain gon' get tough. Ain't that big on giving up. Do it big and run it up. Stack your cheese and watch your cup. Watch them snakes and watch your mouth. Move in silence, not for clout. Say it like you never doubt. I can't lie, I love the crowd. Gotta keep my ego down. I can't turn anemic now. I just learned to breathe and stop. Like panic, plotting to take over the planet. Low vibration means constantly. Take off, baby, we just landed. On God is scripture and on my verses. Breaking generational curses. We breaking generational curses. We breaking generational curses. I ain't tryna waste my air, running circles with a square. If the space is all we share, why we cutting them like hair? Wiped out like mad, ain't a single judge that's fair. Loyalty, it be so rare, we can't even see it clear. When the royalty is near, I'm the empress on the team. I speak goddess, I speak king, let's be honest, I see dreams. I don't resonate with memes, sink or swim, throw some wings. See the noise, it's just a stream, don't get drowned by other beams. While they busting at the seams, I ain't hiding, I'm a nudist. Honestly, ain't the rudest, that's why they say the truth first. Lying through your teeth, babe, that's how you turn toothless. The same folks killed Jesus, they had to pay. Judas, I ain't going back to old ways. Let me grab my own stage. Y'all your own trunk, in a child in your own cage. Anger isn't wrong, up to you, control your own rage. Author of the story, turn your own page. I was saying, starting like that. Vibration means constantly. Take off and do it just land. God is scripture in all my verses. Breaking generational curses. We breaking generational curses. We breaking generational curses. I pray your soul elevates and breaks all the stakes that people have tried to stab you in the back with. Packed you on a slave ship, being so abrasive when they should have been adjacent. Meaning by your side, stepping in stride. I see you're upset cause they wrecked your pride. They sucked, were immature. Came at you with love and pure, and that's not something a beautiful soul like yourself should have had to endure. I'd like to think if I had been around, I would have loved you more, but you don't need me for what's in store. You're special, although you don't always gotta be a rebel. Lots of folks dig you cause you come with a shovel. You got long distance vision like the Hubble. These niggas graham crackers cause around you they crumble. You deserve everything you wanted but double. I swear to God, nigga, you cool. You ain't even a nigga, you a goose. A king in a dream, representing some truth that is just too pure, too sweet, too new. But I've been sending prayers and good vibes through. I hope you get all your energy back and your mind unwinds and you seal all the cracks. That you never have to experience lack. That any struggle you have just pushes you on track. That you got invisible armor on your back and stay the reason all these motherfuckers wanna be black. Black, 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 black.
I rock amethyst, rock amethyst, yeah, 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 amethyst. I rock amethyst, don't need no rollie on my wrist. I rock amethyst, don't need no rollie on my wrist. I rock amethyst, yeah, 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 amethyst, yeah, amethyst, amethyst. Let's go. I be living rich. I look just like my pockets fit. Don't need no rollie on my wrist. I'd rather rock that amethyst. I keep killing every fit. I hit hill crest just to thrift. Puff on purple cannabis and watch the sunset at the cliffs. I'm so wavy, you could surf me. What don't pay me, don't concern me. Don't protect me, you can't like a camera lens. I ain't really on my shit till I can pay my mama's rent. Take her out that Honda Civic, put her in a all blue Benz, bitch. I don't rock no rollie on my wrist. I rock amethyst. I don't rock no gold chain on my neck. I rock amethyst. All I smoke is purple cannabis. I rock amethyst. Yeah, I rock amethyst. I don't think that they can handle this. Handle this. Yeah, you know I'm trying to channel shit. Rock purple amethyst. Yeah, you know I rock that amethyst. You can't handle this. Yeah, you know I'm trying to channel shit. Rock purple amethyst. Yeah, you know I rock that. My whole crew is beautiful, mentally and physical. We live, but we still spiritual. Not who we was a year ago. My future looking brighter. They sleep on me, I pull all nighters. I smoke and spit that fire. Live the life that I desire. True, I ain't rich yet, so I gotta chase a check. Can't rock no gold chain on my neck. I'd rather rock that amethyst. Ask if I'm a legend, yes. Ain't no question who's the best. Ain't no rollie on my wrist, but I shine among the rest. Yeah, yeah. I don't rock no rollie on my wrist. I rock amethyst. I don't rock no gold chain on my neck. I rock amethyst. All I smoke is purple cannabis. I rock amethyst. Yeah, I rock amethyst. I don't think that they can handle this. Handle this. Yeah, you know I'm trying to channel shit, rock purple amethyst. Yeah, you know I rock that amethyst. You can't handle this. Yeah, you know I'm trying to channel shit, rock purple amethyst. Yeah, you know I rock that amethyst.
Have you seen the grid? Open up that eye. I know they see the trails all up in the skies. Ancestors around me blowing with the sage smoke. Ain't no sleeping around here, yeah, I stay woke. Plant seeds in the soil, yeah, I'm in the garden. Trying to break the system down, that's where we get started. Eating clean, ain't trying to kill us with these GMOs. Running with a pack of wolves like I'm in Minnesota. Black fist up, yeah, it's getting real. Energy and motion, no more sitting still. Liberating minds, no more chains on you. My knowledge be the bullets when I bang on you. Spreading all this love for these hating niggas. Always dropping jewels cause I stay with them. Cleaning up this mother earth, yeah, we gotta live. It's okay to take a little, but be down to give. Geometric signs got me tapped in. Said watch this knowledge make you hit a backslip. We living in the now, you talking past tense. This light I got is shining everlasting. Hey, watching all the news say the same shit. Feeding you this bullshit information. They gotta keep you ill, they make money off medication. What keeps the system going is really the education. Killer flu shots, poison babies with these vaccines. High frequency, you don't know, you better ask me. While you're talking, I'll be looking at the fact sheets. Subconscious got me sitting in the backseat. Yeah, you see the chakras, man, I got them lined up. Started from the bottom, now the mind rising up. Still sleeping, I ain't worried cause they time is up. Universal cosmos, I see it lining up. Gotta keep it real, they be looking like a mannequin. Start talking healthy, everybody gets to panicking. Lost in illusions, they can't see through the fantasy. I'm 360, Fibonacci with the galaxy. Sun gazing, feet grounded to the source though. Tapped in with the stars, no more horoscope. It's God mode, you might wanna take some notes. You can be the Black Panther, I'ma still be the GOAT. Have you seen the grid? Open up that eye. I know they see the trails all up in the sky. Ancestors around me blowing with the sage smoke. Ain't no sleeping around here, yeah, I stay woke. Ancestors around me blowing with the sage smoke. Ain't no sleeping around here, yeah, I stay woke. Oh. Oh. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. When they say no, I go. I go. When they say no, I go. I go. When they say no, I go. I go. Nothing in my way, headed to the door.
When they say no, I go. When they say no, I go.
I go.
When they say no, I go. Nothing in my way, heading to the door.
When they say no, I go.
When they say no, I go.
When they say no, I go.
Nothing in my way, heading to the door. Looking like the life of the party. I got what you need to get you started. Play the backfield, now I'm coming up. You had first place, now you runner-up. All black, tell it like a mobster. Rockin' red bottom, wish it whippin' pasta. Weatherman forecast, and he drippin'. And we only conversate about the winning. Top floor, yeah, you know we going up. Middle finger in the air, we don't give a fuck. Popping champagne like we just won a ship. Always calculated, never shooting from the hip. Tell me where to go, I show them that I make it go. I got crazy girls around me going up and down the phone. Make it rain on them big bread, get it from my mama. Count it up, blue strips, don't forget the commas. I go.
When they say no, I go.
I go.
When they say no, I go.
I go.
When they say no, I go.
I go.
Nothing in my way, headed to the door.
When they say no, I go. When they say no, I go. When they say no, I go. Nothing in my way, headed to the door.
Please don't get me started. Extended the clip to 18, now we don't get caught it. Walking to the club, I'm looking for a Megan Stallion. Hate on us, I hit your neck, your back and body, yaddy yaddy. Break it, it's like this karate. Drip Fiji water. You shot, I wonder that bitch with me like a stalker. Got beat up in the field. You was playing soccer. Fucking game is only proper. I'm a cow ridden house, I walk around with a chopper. Get the poppin', all these corny niggas for a red and rockin'. Middle finger to the coppers. I'm the opposite in the possum. Hit you knocking out your body, hit your noodle top ramen. Yeah, don't get me started. I am seasoned, let it pepper at the court, just when insulted. I'm assaulted, said you king, you was lying, you Mufasa. So I stopped him out once I dropped him. It's a riot in this bitch, 40 goons in Alibaba. It's a dying in this bitch, 45 knock off the stomach. If you die up in this bitch, more ambulances coming for you. 96 Honda, try me, I get started. Please don't get me started. Extended the clip to 18, now we don't get caught it. Walking to the club, I'm looking for a Megan Stallion. Hate on us, I hit your neck, your back and body, yaddy yaddy. Break a bitch like this karate. Drink Fiji water. You don't gotta wonder that bitch with me like a stalker. I got beat up in the field. You was playing soccer. Kicking game is only proper. I'm correct. I'm gonna check on me. I get my head is for free. Cut the bands. I got them on me. The concierge come correct. I'm gonna check on me. I get my head is for free. Cut the bands. I got them on me. The concierge come free. Hey, hey. The concierge come free. Everywhere I go, they want me. They think I'm Curry from the threes. It's a Bay Area that they see. Ay, ay, pull up, baby, let's go. Going up the Henny, how we roll. My section, ladies on the floor. My boys ask for names, I don't know. Ay, tell me when to go. Your girl wanna fuck me on the low. They be asking questions I don't know. I be the type to say no. I like a pretty face, way attitude. She always tell the truth, but she a little rude. Mommy give me brains from a good school. In the classroom, only pay for my rules. Come to check on me. I get my head is for free. Cut the bands, I got them on me. The concierge come free. Come correct, come to check on me. I get my head is for free. Cut the bands, I got them on me. The concierge come free.
Put in bad work. Put me on. Put us on. Hey, Cognac.
Put me on. Try and get on. Stack a million and I'm gon' get money when I want. Say something, say I won't. Get mad when I don't. I get mad when I don't.
Tryna get on. Stack a million and I'm gon' get money when I want. Say something, say I won't. Get mad when I don't. I get mad when I don't. I've been gone for a minute, so I owe you. I step out Sunday with my church shoes. Cognac, find me on the top step. 10K to put in work, I should hold the belt. Moving independent, now I got it and I'm going up. How I move, get it silent, still be showing up. Put me in the game, put me in, coach. I've been shooting in the gym, and you see the strokes. Coming through in the clutch like it's game time. 6 man in a year, I go get mine. Use a fan, you should clap a little louder. Spectating in the crowd, being mug, use a follower. Dirty gameplay, the win, gotta break rules. Cheat code, beast mode, that's my only move. Coach Scotty got me running, that's a line drill. Colorblind, strange team, took that blue pill.
Put me on. Try and get on. Stack a million and I'm gon' get money when I want. Say something, say I won't. Get mad when I don't. I get mad when I don't.
Tryna get on. Stack a million and I'm gon' get money when I want. Say something, say I won't. Get mad when I don't. Cognac, J.A. Young Well, Skins, Ron Drell, go up. keep it on the quiet, keep it on the DL. Gotta keep it private, not the type that kiss and tell. Learn early, keep a muzzle to not end up in a cell. But just know I see a Jeff, I speak on my personnel. All of them may be loosely concerned about what I'm doing. They see I be in the kitchen and wonder what I've been stewing. I give you my secrets, the way I'm viewing. Now we colluding, so keep it with me and you, and we'll make sure there's no confusion. I'm the way we go. Problems, you don't want those. I'm moving in silence as if I'm walking on TV toes. So keep it on the low, cause nobody needs to know. Just keep it on the hush. You ain't gotta say nothing. Keep it on the hush. You ain't gotta tell them. You don't want a problem. The money won't solve it. Keep it on the hush. You don't wanna make a fuss, so just keep it to yourself and the time right here. Nothing to discuss, so let's keep it between us. Keep it on the hush. I call her Victoria, she can keep it secret. She try on lingerie, I can't wait to peep it. Lights, camera, action, quiet on the set. She play a leading role, clapboard vet. Mama be the word to the alphabets. If you want it, gotta give it, talking about respect. Do my business in the background, close curtains. First place at the fairgrounds, how I'm skirting. And I ain't got time, maybe falling off. Keep it in the fan, we can all ball. That's the priority, we splitting the majority. Yellow tape, she was talking to a party. You ain't gotta say nothing. Keep it on the hush, you ain't gotta tell them. You don't want a problem, the money won't solve it. Keep it on the hush, you don't wanna make a fuss, so just keep it to yourself and don't tell nobody else. No one else to discuss, so just keep it to yourself. Keep it on the
Tuition, yeah, tuition. Trust my intuition. If you're screaming, I don't listen. Try to tell me you look down, still let you pet my kitten. Told me you just a nigga, my heart swore you were different. Should've listened all along, like a feeling. Knew your intention. Intuition, intuition. Trust my intuition. Think he's the one, my intuition saying different. Intuition, but I chose not to listen. I must be tripping. Trust my intuition. Why don't you love me? Ain't much competition. My mama told me, but I didn't listen. I didn't. Watching me glow, can't even glisten while you stuck at home reminiscing. Worry about me while I'm worried about living. Just what I intended based off intuition. I seen the signs, I buy your lies, not pay attention. Don't know why I fuck with guys, I want my love for their redemption. You look me in my eyes, got the nerve to tell me I'm tripping. Should've picked up on your vibe, I admit it, you caught me slipping. Wish that I stay focused on my paper. That D gave me ADHD, forgot that he a player. Try to tell me we don't mix, he E and J and I'm the Jaeger. It gon' work out in my favor, it hurt now but I'll learn later to trust my intuition. Intuition, trust my intuition. Think he's the one, my intuition saying different. Intuition, but I chose not to listen. I must be tripping. Trust my intuition. Cause I think I know it all. Hopeless romantic, that's vulnerable. Take all the pain that they gave, seen it, done it all. Like I find this shit fun enough. Don't think you can treat me like you do these bitches. I know that you know that I'm different. I know you. And don't speak to me like you want him. I commitment when you know your heart just ain't in it. See love, I don't trust. Mind like a squirrel, he all about his nut. He don't want your heartbeat, he just wanna fuck. Sometimes you give in, this time don't give it up. That's my intuition. Mama told me don't listen. Girls say that I'm tripping, I thought you was different. I'ma learn next time, I'ma listen. My intuition. Trust my intuition. I make the same mistakes, expecting something different. I just want love instead, get heartache and resentment. And they wonder why I'm distant. Need to trust my intuition. Intuition, trust my intuition. He's the one, my intuition saying different. Intuition, but I chose not to listen. I must be tripping. Trust my intuition. Whoa.
thing is, you just can't think about it. You just gotta let go and trust in yourself. Cause you good. Here we go now, 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 here we go now. So let's go. All you gotta do is jump. Don't be scared, just jump. Ready, set, jump, jump, yeah, jump, jump. All you gotta do is jump, yeah, take a leap and trust that you'll land on your feet. All you gotta do is jump, tell them snakes goodbye. I'ma teach you how to fly, all you gotta do is jump. Skydiving in a hurricane, left my parachute like I never heard of pain. Hit my bullseye with perfect aim, now I'm killing them softly like when Roberta sang. Yeah, you could do the same. You could choose the fame, but don't confuse the game. You could paint a picture, then you can choose the frame. You can leave your mark, can they remove the stain? Don't worry about them other guys, otherwise you'll scare away the butterflies. Yeah, the only thing on your mind should be the look in your mother's eyes if your brother dies. Yeah, so throw caution to the wind. If you can't, then you're your own obstacle again. If you don't hold your breath, is it possible to swim? It's all psychological, my friend. All you gotta do is jump. Don't be scared, just jump. Ready, set, jump, jump, yeah, jump, jump. All you gotta do is jump, yeah, take a leap and trust that you'll land on your feet. All you gotta do is jump, tell them snakes goodbye. I'm gone, I'ma teach you how to fly. All you gotta do is jump. Come on, take a chance. It's not that scary. Come on, take a glance. The ones stuck on the ground can't advance. The ones flying around you, they enhance. Yeah, you gotta spread those wings. Hold on too tight or you gon' shred those dreams. People have crash landed, I've read those things. Fears run your life, let's behead those kings. Yeah, it's simple, just mimic a damn plane. And let the music be your guide, not your damn brain. What a damn shame, cats that can't hang. Don't understand it, end up crashing in the fast lane. In that lane, we were born to fly. And if we don't, then we're sworn to die. So just let go, baby, and then close your eyes so we can transform the sky. All you gotta do is jump. Don't be scared, just jump. Ready, set, jump, jump, yeah, jump, jump. All you gotta do is jump, yeah, take a leap and trust that you'll land on your feet. All you gotta do is jump, tell them snakes goodbye. I'ma teach you how to fly. All you gotta do is jump. Here we go now, 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 so let's go. All you gotta do is jump, don't be scared, just jump. Ready, set, jump, jump, yeah, jump, jump. All you gotta do is jump, yeah, take a leap and trust that you'll land on your feet. All you gotta do is jump, tell them snakes goodbye. I'ma teach you how to fly. All you gotta do is jump. Don't be scared, just jump. Ready, set, jump, jump, yeah, jump, jump. All you gotta do is jump, yeah, take a leap and trust that you'll land on your feet. All you gotta do is jump, tell them snakes goodbye. I'ma teach you how to fly. All you gotta do is jump.
Yeah, Treka know better, do better, y'all.
Yo, yo, we in the building. DJ Roll with the spins on the ones and twosies.
Yes, yes, yes.
Am I coming in clear?
Yep, yep.
All right.
Going down, Sergio.
Serge. We got an intro today or no?
Yes, we do. You ready for it?
I do. I am.
Hello.
Clearing my space. Don't worry, get warmed up. We just getting warmed up. I know you quiet right now. Clearing my energy so I can be clear up in here.
That's a
Welcome to No Better, Do Better, y'all. That's not fun tonight.
Yeah, one more.
Well, welcome to the show, everyone. If it's your first time, we welcome you to Know Better, Do Better with Treka and DJ Rowe, and always some simply special guests. Today we got Sergio, who's already here. Hello, Sergio.
Hello.
You don't have to turn your camera on. If you camera shy, that's fine. But
I'm not, but I gotta.
If you gotta put on pants first, take your time.
Yeah.
Everybody else, if you're new, like I'm saying, we are here. We create a safe space for people to come. We talk about all the shit except for the shit you're always talking about on the media. And we allow a safe space for you to come and just be yourself, share your experience so we can all learn from it. We are all connected. We vibrate high over here, so there is no negative energy, but we all trying to learn some shit. So I guess first things first, Sergio. Yes. Is one of our guests. We also have two more that will be joining us shortly. From what I know, I've confirmed with everybody up until the last 24 hours. That's the most I'm going to work. I'm going to put in. I appreciate who comes through. And if something comes up, hey, that's life. I know Kasim is going to be a little bit late. He had a prior engagement. And I spoke with Conrad yesterday, but he will probably show up a little bit later as well. But as for now, it's just the three of us. How's everybody's day? How was your day today? Let's start with you, Roselle, DJ, who's been working the hardest, the longest today.
Yeah, it was good. Today was a good day. It was good. You know, it was a very good day.
Well, that's good. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, nothing out of the ordinary. Sergio, sir, how was your day?
Well,
honestly, I don't just ask people how are you. I don't even ask people how are you, honestly, because I really don't give a fuck how you are unless I really care. But how was your day, friend?
I was gonna say, my day has been pretty fucktangular.
Fucktangular.
Yeah. It's just been
so shit everywhere.
After shit. Like woke up to. Well, first of all, I woke up, so it's like I have a king size bed. But children decided to sleep with my wife last night, so I ended up on the futon. It felt
I like how you said the children decided to sleep with your wife, and so they decided to sleep in our bed. That's cute. So how's that futon working out for you, bro? No, just kidding. But you just started off on the wrong side of the futon, so it was just gonna go downhill from there. Hopefully.
What's that?
You still here though?
Yeah, I made it. I survived, but I still got to put my son to bed, and pretty sure he's trying to kill me. It's just life's mission. He's like, nah, I'm gonna get rid of this motherfucker right here. I don't like this guy. I don't know who he thinks he is.
He said big sis didn't do it when she came through. She didn't do her job, so here I am to complete this mission. You ain't gonna make it past my lifetime, sir.
Nope.
Nah. You know what? The thing that always scared me about having kids, my mom always said, I can't wait till you have kids. I can't wait till you have kids because you're gonna see what it's about. You're gonna get your payback. And that's probably why I don't have kids, because I know my ass is grass, like for real, for real.
It only turned out like that once we decided to have another one. My daughter, my first one, she came out perfect. She loved daddy. She did things like help with chores. She wanted to cook. And then my wife's like, let's have another one. And I'm like, sure, why not? And he came out, and the first thing he did was hit me in the face. And I was like, this is not how I pictured any of this. It's all over. It's just the way it's been from then on out. It's like, and then his bad habits have been rubbing off on my daughter. So now I'm like, how's the baby influencing?
Okay.
Yeah, he's either going to be a super villain or a superhero. There's no middle ground. There's only one difference in between the two of them, though, is one chooses to do evil and the other one chooses not to. There's no other difference in between the two of them. So let's just pray to God he change his mind next year or which way he wants to go. I support nephew or whatever he wants to be, villain or not. But I think it'd be easier for you and for the world if he chose the nicer route.
But I mean, when I saw you were having another one, I was like, oh yeah, it's a boy too. Oh, here come little Serge. Little Serge, not grown up Sergio. I never called you Sergio before in my life until we got over 30, like for real. But yeah, here comes little Serge. And again, just to give people a little bit of background, because I know I bring a lot of my friends on the show, so sometimes we just get to going, and people are like, "Damn, are they friends? They know each other? Like they, you know." So background is Sergio is a family member of mine, which I met in high school. That's how I'm gonna put it. You're not my high school friend, my nigga, because we were cool. But you did shit that I didn't do and I couldn't do because I had grades to meet and I had curfews and I was on hella teams playing sports, which I was thinking about too. I was like, but you know what? Conrad and you were on the track team when I was just the manager for 1 year. And both of y'all motherfuckers used to get so out of this world outside of school. I'm like, how are they running so fast on this track? Like, okay.
That was him. That was him.
Oh, you're here. How you just gonna be up in the room? That was him. Yeah, no. That scared the hell out of me. Like,
yeah, I was just listening. I was waiting to jump in like double dutch. I had to find.
Oh my god! And you scared the hell out of me. Shit.
Nah, you good. You good. Nah, I feel you on the whole kids comment though, because it definitely is a payback. It definitely is like.
Oh, man, and both of y'all got both of y'all got.
I got two girls in high school right now that are like, they're off the hook.
Oh, so Sergio, wait till you get there.
They making some of these hairs gray. You know what I mean? They making some of these hairs gray.
They high school hall.
Yeah. My youngest, actually, speaking of track, she's actually running track. That's part of the reason why I was a little late, so that's my bad. But yeah, she's running track and she's going to the Junior Olympics next week. Yeah, or in 2 weeks actually. So the last week of July, she'll be at Sac State doing her relay thing, 4x4, 4x8.
Congratulations to her, sending all the strength and power in them thighs to her. Because that was my favorite relay watching, taking notes, pretend like I'm on the team. Nope, just manager. Don't talk to me. I'm just here for the travel, bro. I'm out off season. Well, okay, let's officially welcome you to the show since you want to creep up in a room since like a stepdad. Everybody, this is Mr. Conrad Crump, also a family member that I met in high school. I can't keep saying these are my high school friends because a lot of our connections really didn't start until after high school. We just knew each other in high school. So I'll give it to you on that. But yeah, I remember, but didn't Sergio do something? Sergio, didn't you run track or something too?
Yeah, I ran track.
Okay.
And Sergio was hella fast.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
y'all
like,
niggas was the biggest knuckleheads on campus. I'm just like, they're hella fast. Unless you from running from police and shit, but that's how they're here.
Yeah, Sergio was an anchor, I believe, on a couple occasions where I passed him the baton and he just like, out. So.
Yeah.
You don't even remember those days.
I remember a lot of it. I'm not going to say all of it. There's been a few years there that are kind of spotty.
Kind of blurry.
Yeah.
A little bit of blurry. It was blurry.
Oh,
it got blurry.
But I do remember this. I remember Treka, we actually, it sounds weird, like now that's like, I sound like a stalker, but
I was say, don't turn into a stalker, my nigga.
From St. Paul Baptist Church.
St. Paul, absolutely.
Second or third grade. That was the first time I met you.
What?
Yeah, you came into children's church. It was like your first Sunday, and then like I was sitting next to Brandon Moland, and
that's turned out to end up being my cousin. Long line. Hey, bless your heart, Brandon. Hey, cuz. Oh wow, that's crazy. But you know how many motherfuckers I got so many connections through St. Paul Baptist Church? It's ridiculous. I'm kind of like, lightweight. If you didn't go to St. Paul, I don't trust you, my nigga, because you really ain't down with the crime. Like, but that's crazy, Sergio. And I probably knew who I was. I was kind of really shy, but then I came over and took over the fucking children's choir. So
yeah, I know.
Them bitches hated me at St. Paul. Shout out to St. Paul. The renewed one and the old one. That was right next to the liquor store. That's the one I got
right next to the liquor store.
The liquor store, St. Paul. That's mine. But yeah, that's wow. And then Conrad ran into one of my fucking cousins, first cousins at that, which I only got 2 in California.
Yeah.
He ran into him on some random stuff, and I was just like, "What the hell are you doing with my cousin? Like, is my family plotting on me? Y'all going to my friend's house now?" Like,
yeah, no, I was at my boy's birthday party, and we was just in the backyard, just chopping it up, talking and everything. And I don't know how I started talking to his brother, but we started talking, and he was like, "Yeah, so what high school did you go to?" I was like, "Oh man, I went to Laguna," and he was like, "Huh." I was like, "Yeah," but I'm like one of the first classes that ever went to Laguna. Like we was still in Laguna when it was no black people in Laguna.
The first black folks in Laguna.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, so you probably know my cousin," and then the rest was history. So it was like, "Yeah, let's take a selfie."
I hope you didn't tell him nothing bad, because I'm gonna have to.
Oh no, he's all
okay. All right, you're a good friend. You're a good friend. So I know you said your daughter was you were probably late because of track meet and everything, and I just wanted to run it back real quick and let you know, ain't never no thing as being late. It's better late than never. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I told everybody, like, hey, we started this time, but when you can get in there, you get in there, because I understand everybody got families, everybody got priorities. Yeah. I'm the only one out here living single like Queen Latifah in the fucking 90s, but it is what it is. I just appreciate you guys coming through, and I felt like y'all was a good combination to bring on, because
it's good to see you, Sergio. I mean, I haven't seen you in I think the last time I saw Sergio was at a protest.
Yeah, when
I can believe it.
And I was like, yo, it blew my mind, because I didn't know Sergio in that. I hadn't seen him in that lens, like in that space. Right. And he was very powerful. He wasn't just standing on the side, like saying the chants. Like, nah, he was like one of the people, like low key running the shit. And I was like, oh, okay, this is what we on. Yeah, like I'm loving it. So good to see you again, my boy.
Yeah, good to see you too, man.
Right. And Conrad, I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I would be lying if I told you I was surprised as hell when I started seeing you be that type of person as well. And I'm like, okay, he worked for the city. Okay, he worked downtown.
Conrad was gonna be this guy. I saw this a long time ago.
And then you started doing your philanthropy shit lately with your clothes and everything. I'm
like for me, man, like, okay, so, after high school, I took like the scenic route. I went to Job Corps, didn't really want to go to college, ended up going to Sac City, CRC, ARC, did the whole Los Rios tour, and then graduated from Sac City, but then I transferred to UC Berkeley. Matter of fact, I was just on campus today and I had to go buy a shirt. But was at UC Berkeley, and like something happened to me there, man. And that at the time was when Oscar Grant was murdered. Mm-hmm. So it was like, at the time my consciousness started like really kind of like developing and like really solidifying in terms of like who I was and my place in society and how I'm viewed as a young Black man, and all of those things like race, your age, your gender, how Black women are viewed, and all of these different things started becoming like real apparent, you know what I mean? So like by the time I got out of Berkeley, when the whole Stephon Clark situation happened, and like, well, before Stephon Clark with Trayvon and like all these different Black people were being murdered, it just was like building up something inside of me where I had to use my voice. Like I had been privileged and blessed to be in a lot of spaces that a lot of people who look like me don't get to. I get to sit at a lot of tables with elected officials, with people who have millions of dollars, where I'm discussing what we're going to do with this money. And I have input and a say-so as a part of a larger team on who should get the money. So I'm always like, we need that. Like, yo, hold up. Like, so I'm trying to put us in those spaces and bring us in those spaces. So like, after people kept getting killed, I was like, nah, bruh, like, nah, so I started getting really involved in like street activism and protesting, and like I have a bullhorn in my room, like it's right by my bed, like I keep it, you know what I mean? It's like that's just now it's a part of me. So yeah, I just, you know, kept the fire and the energy alive. And in a weird way, I think part of it comes from coming from a Black church tradition, where it was like I was used to hearing very dynamic speakers. It was easy to tap into that, but bring a different what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, just a different language.
Right.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking, but the way the delivery is like, you know, people's like, ooh, like, you know what I mean? But it's like I had grew up with that, so it wasn't foreign to me. So yeah, I had really, you know, focused on that. And then, you know, after a while, for me, I realized like the whole protesting and marching and like all of that was, you know, I'm older, like, you know, I got kids, like I get tired. Yeah, like I'm fatigued. I need water. I feel like I'm about to pass out. And it's like, you know, there's other ways to fight against this system. So I really got into philanthropy and was like, now let's start getting some funding into folks is like all these like local community organizers who I knew that were really legit, boots on the ground. Like, let's start, you know, putting some funds in their pocket who are doing the work, the folks that are working with young people. Yeah, like all of that. So I just really try to put myself in those positions to really be able to help and affect change in a positive way.
Oh, and that's so amazing to hear. We need it. We need it so bad. Like we needed it yesterday type of bad. Sergio, what the hell made you what switched your gears, partner? Because I don't know Sergio, and I've been let's just say I've been baked as hell with Sergio before, and I wasn't trying to go protest the damn thing that day.
Yeah, there was a pivotal moment as far as you know, partying and stuff went. I'm not gonna say I got clean and sober, but I
ain't no such thing. Ain't no such thing.
I put my party favors down a few times, and I've had moments of clarity, and in those moments, that's when the Dare to Be Great moment happened. Like Conrad said, last time we saw each other, we were marching down Broadway. I was actually at that time I was working with the security team for BLM, and at the time the president of that Sacramento chapter, Tanya Faison, and it was a really, really like cool environment. It's just I knew Sacramento was going to be different, and it's like from what I had seen on TV, is like the people are like, oh, BLM is a bunch of Black terrorists. I'm like, the Sacramento chapter of BLM was like 60% white women.
Yeah,
very much.
And I was like, whatever. They're here for the cause. They're using their place of privilege, and I'm like, they're using it to their advantage and to benefit Black folks. I was like, yeah, that's cool. But then once that all fell apart, I realized that, like Conrad said, I wanted to do something different. I'm too old to be out here, and not only that, I'm a bit of a adrenaline junkie. I like the kind of, hey, I got a sledgehammer in my car, and there's a line of cops right there. It's kind of like. My blood's pumping. Big
like, let me see if they're gonna catch me. They ain't gonna catch me.
Yes, let's go. And I was like, it came full circle. The night we went, it's like Heads Up on the downtown for.
Oh.
Like the audio went out, Sergio. Hold on.
Serge, I'm sure he's dropping some gems right now.
Yeah.
This is what
he can't even hear us. Sergio, hold on.
Hey, stop.
Sergio,
you gotta run that back.
You gotta repeat like the last 30 seconds. Everything was the
like last 47 seconds is missing. The fans don't want you talking to us like this, bro. It happens every time.
What did I leave off on?
You were just talking about the pivotal moment that you had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the adrenaline junkie and the sledgehammer and the cops.
You jumped on the cop's arm, you hit the cop's ass, and then what happened?
So the night the cops stopped us from going on the freeway at downtown Plaza. It was like a Friday night. everybody, every news station was out there, and we were, there's a lot of video, a lot of high intense moments. And my daughter was at home watching it. And so when I got home super late. She was like waiting up, crying. And she was like, it was scary, Daddy. You were out there and there was cops and I didn't want you to get killed. And then like my wife's like holding her, looking at me like, for real? You need to figure something out. You can't be scaring your daughter like this. So I decided to, like Conrad, found a better way, something that is not going to traumatize my kid.
And I feel like we are all smart enough and we are educated enough that we don't have to do what they did 20, 30, 40 years ago because we don't live in the same times. And we also realize that ain't doing shit. Honestly, I appreciate everybody. I march, I protest, I do it too. But I also feel like, you know what, really, it's just a waste of time. But I'm going to try to do something. I don't know what else I can do. But there are many things that we can do. And I feel like with everybody, we could put all our energy and all our creativity behind making a rap or making a fucking Instagram. And if you put that shit behind going to get your civil rights and owning what you deserve your life, your quality of life to be, man, we wouldn't have any of this. It wouldn't be an issue. Well, but it's not popular.
You know, they got a saying back in the day, the revolution will not be televised. Which was to say that the revolution begins with you, right? It begins in here and then it manifests itself out. So I feel like on an individual level, if each of us can have an internal revolution to where we can really change ourselves, the way we treat each other, the way we think and feel about each other, you know, there's no other group, I will say, generally speaking, in terms of race, that really does what we do in terms of how we treat each other.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's really it's a real bad thing. You know what I mean? It's a sad thing. And it's like, if there's a way in which we can show unconditional love to each other, whether you light skin, whether you dark skin, whether you like blue, whether you like red, whether you got money or whether you poor,
whether you skinny,
like whatever,
it don't fucking matter.
When it comes to our people, it's like, oh, I ain't messing with her because she this, or I'm not messing with him because of that. And it's like, yo, you might be from the other side of the tracks, but you look like me. Like, you know what I'm saying? You going through the same shit I'm going through. We both got the same common enemy. Why don't we join forces? We only this much of the population here in this country. Like, why are we, you know, killing each other off?
Why are we looking for reasons to hate each other? Like, we'll give all of the love and respect to everybody outside of us, but don't want it. But you know what that is too? That comes out to us not even loving ourselves.
Exactly. That's more to the point. So the revolution has to come internally. You got to love yourself, know yourself. And I think that will then manifest, you know, but we dealing with so many generational curses and like so much trauma that has been passed down, so much thinking that needs to be unlearned, so many different things that we as a people, if you even try to like change a person's mind, they'll fight you on that because you know what I mean? It's like, no, it's bigger
going
than
against
that.
the grain now. Like, don't go against the grain. What was you about to say, Sergio? I heard you kind of chiming in real there.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to say anything. I was just agreeing.
Okay, my bad. But I totally agree with that shit. And I feel like it's just easier not to go within and try to fucking find that love within yourself. And then you can easily point the blame on everybody else while all the shit's fucked up. Instead of you taking the self-accountability for what's fucked up in your reality. Lightweight me, it might be connected to you just a bit. You know what I'm saying? And to your way of thinking and the things that were passed down to us. Like you said, the unlearning is the hardest part for me. I'm parenting myself when I really didn't grow up with real parents is the thing that's hard for me.
Yeah.
I was
trying to learn
kid. I let myself in and out the house every day. So it's just a lot. Like there's so much to unpack. You don't even know where to start sometimes, but just thinking that you want to start. That's my goal. That I want to like just think that there's something better than what you know to be the truth. Because 9 times out of 10 that shit ain't true. And I mean, after all the shit that's come out from history in the past 10, 15 years, you want to tell me that's truth? All the shit I had to take tests on for 12 years and stuff? And y'all been lying to me all them years? I got to unlearn 12 years of bullshit.
And then relearn.
12 years of slave. I say 12 years of bullshit.
Yeah, they got that saying, we're building a plane while we're flying it. So it's like you had to unlearn the shit that you thought you knew about flying a plane.
Right.
Build the plane, even though you don't really know how, and then fly the plane while you it's like so many wheels.
But you know how incredible we are? We doing that shit.
We still doing it, right?
That's the thing. Like I'm not even trying to make anybody feel alienated that's watching the show that is not melanated like me. But I'm saying, if you ever sit back and just think about all the bullshit that we've had to overcome, that we deal with every day, Black men, Black women, Black children. Are the biggest targets right now. But I'm just saying, you think about us doing that every day, and you don't never just see hella mass shootings or nobody just come out their house and just go mad crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be able to hold that together and still try to think of ways that we can still overcome and get better and be the best. That's crazy.
I'll tell you this though. So a friend of mine, he's from Sicily, which is under the boot, Italy, right? So like he's born and raised. And he told me, he was like, man, one thing, he's like, can I be honest with you? I was like, yeah. Like he opened up to me. He's like, man, one thing about Black people, he said, man, you guys are the most loving people on the earth.
We love our fucking.
And I said, you know what?
Yes.
I never really thought about it like that, but from someone else, like what you just said, having to go through all of that.
And we still don't hate white people.
Still don't have the, it's like, damn.
And we still ain't head hunting like we should. Right. Like if you watch movies nowadays and you see what happened in communities and like the heroes when somebody come and torch they whole town or whatever.
It's the villain.
They go for vengeance.
The villain origin story.
they will leave the whole sense and go find a whole new life. But you know what? And they going back to revenge. They going back to live up to the name they were born to. And we lose this.
We don't do that. Yeah, and I think though there's a strength in that. Like there's a level of refusing to carry that weight. And that
we're not going to continue to do what y'all do to us.
We're not going to do that. But the flip side is that we do hold that for each other.
Right.
So it's like, we'll let all these people get away with doing all kind of crazy stuff to us and just turn the other cheek, turn the other cheek.
But when let your brother or your mama do some shit.
Exactly. Oh,
I went months without talking to my mom over some shit that if it would have happened to one of my homies, I think I would have smoked a little blunt with them, be like, you know what, you was fucked up, I was fucked up, we cool. I done got over shit easier with my friends than I can get over with any of my family members. And I think that, we were like, oh, but they're my family. They always gonna be there. They love me. They have to love me. No, your family don't have to love you. And that's what we take advantage of that. And when just because you look like me, doesn't mean that I owe you respect, but I should owe it to myself to show you respect because that's what I would want you to give to me. But no, we go hard on each other. I literally go harder on my family than I go harder on anybody in life. And I apologize to y'all on the air right now, even though I'll probably be texting everybody in the morning like I always do after the show. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't know where that comes from. It's just, it was something that was learned that I'm trying to unlearn. But Sergio, are you teaching right now or?
Nah, school's out. It's the summer.
Summertime.
I don't know the difference. I ain't got no
I know, right?
Y'all keep forgetting. Treka ain't got no summer. Every day is summer in San Diego. So.
Yeah, no, we're out for the summer.
Are you at Sac City, Sergio?
Yeah, actually, where I was at the end of the school year, was working at my daughter's school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was on-call subbing, so they have assignments for me like every day, but I couldn't take every day because
you ever have to teach her class?
She the second day I was there, she was like, my class wants you to be their sub dad, and I'm like, you know, you gotta call me
That's
Mr.
because Issa been in there talking hella shit. My dad hella cool. He let me say fuck and everything.
Yeah, they already know all that. They knew that. But see, the cool thing is her fourth grade teacher. People mistake us for each other, and he's cool like that too. Yeah, Mr. Roman looks like he could be my brother.
Okay,
that's funny.
Everybody got a twin.
That's funny. That's what's up, man. So we need to connect, man, because I do y'all know, like, I wear a lot of hats in community. So like I sit on a board called the African American Advisory Board to Sac City.
I had to stop teaching full time.
Oh, he was talking. Oh, you cut out.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah,
you cut out.
Seconds.
You lost everything. Hey, can you hear me now?
All of your good shit is being deleted by the FBI.
Yeah, bro, my bad. And I'm just talking, thinking it's just open airspace.
All right, can you hear me now?
All I heard was you and Mr. Roman look like y'all could be brothers, and then after that,
okay.
It's quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is just a sidebar from the working at my daughter's school. I had to take a sabbatical, unpaid. I guess you could just say unemployed for a while. But we moved, and my wife we had our son, and so I took time off of work. And then when COVID hit, they gave a lot of our classrooms to one teacher, and a lot of us were just like grading papers and assignments.
Wow.
So, that kind of spilled into moving into a new home, which was a lot of work. And then shortly after that, I turned 40, and that week I had a
brand new baby boy. Are you pausing right now, or did you?
Yeah, he paused. You said you turned 40, and then what?
If you're pausing right now, then you always been this fucking jokester.
Nah, he's saying something.
He can't even hold a straight face. Okay, now
I
never believed you in high school, and I'll never believe you now.
You said you turned 40, and then it went quiet.
I turned 40, and I had 5 heart attacks that week.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah. And that's what I was like. You know what? If nothing else, before he died, my friend is gonna be on my podcast.
Bruh, I didn't know that. Well, actually, I do remember reading something like that.
That's what made me change my life. So I the near-death shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was and what's funny is, well, it's not funny, but I had the first one on my birthday, October 25th, and then I had a second one, 26th. Didn't think anything of it. Was nursing at home. Was just like, I just need to lay down and get some rest. October 30th rolled around, and I couldn't get out of bed really. And I was like, why? Is my arm hurt and my back hurt? And then I was just like, I just went back to sleep. The 31st, stayed in bed all day. And then the 1st, I woke up and I was like, man, this isn't right. And then I kind of had an episode at home. And so my wife was like, you're losing your mind. I'm going to call the cops. And I was like, okay, call the cops, whatever. And so I started like feeling weird. So I go and lay down in the room, and I guess I started an argument with her. I'm not sure what it was, but all I remember is the cops coming in, and I was like, I'm unarmed, don't shoot. And then I just fell back on the bed, and I couldn't move like my left side. Wow. And then I told the cop, and he was like, oh, all right, I'm coming in, Mr. Villarreal. We're just coming to check on you. And I was like, no, you're not. You're coming to kill me. Very clearly. And then my wife's like,
yeah, because you had all that shit going on at the same time.
Yeah, my wife's like, he's faking it. Something's wrong with him. So the cop comes in and he takes my pulse, and he's like, all right, Mr. Villarreal. I was like, you're not a cop. Your hands are too soft. And then that's when he's like, Mr. Villarreal, we think you're having a heart attack. And I was like, can I come back home today?
Bro.
That could have went so many ways.
They took me in the gurney they took me to my wife's hospital, so that was fun. And then when I got there, like, I guess I tried to leave. They handcuffed me to the bed, and I was like, this a bitch. I still ended up in handcuffs at the hospital. The lady comes in and she's like, Mr. Villarreal, we got to put a heart stent in because you're getting ready to flash a blood clot into your carotid artery. And if you do that, I can't promise we'll be able to bring you back.
Oh my God.
Bring you back from where? And she's like, you're going to die.
Death.
She's like, sign here if you want to see your kids again. I was like, well, you put it that way, fine. And then
when you say it so blatantly, and who wouldn't sign?
Yeah, it's blatant. And then I don't like creeping people out, but something weird happened in the hospital.
Go ahead. I talk about stuff like this all the time, so don't worry about it.
Okay, so they had me in the overflow room. So they were bringing the trauma victims in, car accidents, overdoses, and everything in, and they were sharing rooms with people like me, there for a heart attack or whatever. They brought this lady in, and she'd been in a car accident. I knew this because she told me she'd been in a car accident. She had bandages all up one side of her body. She got T-boned somebody ran a red light, T-boned her, right? But she was lucid, talking, told me everything. She was like, yeah, I got hit, but I'm gonna be all right. I'll be up and walking in no time. She's like, it looks worse than it is. It was like, all right, cool. And she's like, why are you here? And I was like, oh, I had a heart attack or whatever. And she's like, you're too young to be doing stuff like that. You need to get yourself together. She's like, go for a walk, go for a jog. And I'm like, all right, Mom, I'll do what you say. And so like I fall asleep because they gave me a Valium. They gave me some Valium. I was like, yeah, that's a bad idea. But I woke up like 2 days later. They put the heart stent in, and I put me back in my room. And I was like, hey, where can Sasha go? And then the lady was like, my cardiologist was like, who? I was like, the lady that was here, the car accident victim. She was like, she's a real sweet lady. She sounded like Joan Rivers. She had that I smoke 2 packs a day kind of voice. And they're like, hold on. And then she goes and talks to my nurse, and my nurse comes over. She's like, how do you know she was in a car accident? Did you read her chart? And I was like, I don't know how to read no charts. I was like,
I couldn't even get up to read no damn chart. She was
talking to me when she came in. She told me she was in a car accident. She had blunt force trauma down her left side. And they're like,
she wasn't awake.
They said, Mr. Villarreal, she was brain dead at the scene.
She wasn't awake.
You didn't talk to nobody.
I already knew where it was going.
I was like,
she came there to give you a message now, and you heard it loud and clear.
But
yeah,
and the message was
I'm not even just trying to just fucking piggyback off of what you just said, but I told a story similar to this a couple weeks ago on this show. And I told them I had some creepy shit happen to me in the hospital. And after I left the hospital, my life was completely different. The way I looked at it, the way I went about it, the way I respected it is completely different, because someone was like, you almost had a life-threatening stroke. And I was 35 and a woman. And he was like, I've never seen anybody with levels as high as this, like not even a 60-year-old man. And they survived what you just survived. But the creepy shit happened after he told me that. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, confirmation all the way. I'm about to follow this intuition. And yes, things got to change. Although I'm not 100% where I want to be or where I need to be, I know I'm not where I was that day. And I'm making, I'm doing what I'm making my efforts to be better. But both of you guys have been inspirations for me on that level, because I know y'all both overcame a lot when it came to the touching around with stuff out external to you to get happiness.
Yeah, and that's another. It's funny you say that. So like, I also had a stroke in 2016. Walking down K Street, and started feeling kind of like dizzy, and was like, you know what? Let me go sit down on this little brick ledge. It was by Tres Hermanas, 25th and K. I'm like, let me just go sit down and just chill for a minute. And I went to go reach out for it, and that's the last thing I remember. Everything just went white. Yeah, and I just passed out. And then I remember coming to. And there was like a circle of people around me, and it was like someone tapping me on my chest, like, "Hey, you all right? You all right?" And I looked up, and I had my wallet in my lap with all my contents of my wallet out, and I thought someone had knocked me out cold, and I was getting robbed. So I'm like in defense mode, and they're like, "Sir, calm down, you had a seizure." And I'm like, "I had a seizure." And then next thing I know, I'm on the gurney. I didn't even know I was on a gurney. I'm on a gurney getting put in the ambulance, and they told me, They said you fell out, you had a seizure. So when they took me to the hospital, they did all the MRI, the CT scan, everything. And they said, yeah, you ruptured a blood vessel in your occipital lobe in the back of your head. And you just went down. And when you hit your head, you started seizing. So like for me, like I think a large part of that was because of the lifestyle I was living at the time. You know, going hard, partying hard, not getting no sleep, not drinking no water, going, you know, without food, like just doing all kinds of different stuff to my body. And, you know, it eventually caught up. So, you know, like even today, I was like trying to find peace, trying to find happiness, trying to find some type of sanity, if you will, just to kind of help deal with the trauma that I had been dealing with, the stuff that I had endured in my own life. And, you know, I thought that I could find peace in those things.
Externally, though.
Externally and not from within, right? So, you know, trying this and being with this person and doing all these different things. And, you know, it dawned on me, like, you know, I got to stop, you know what I mean? And granted, like I'm you guys talking about how moments of sobriety. So like, I've been like 2 years, no drinking, no drugs, no nothing. And, it's been like a moment of clarity, a moment of peace for me that it's just been like, damn, like I don't need them things to make me happy. Like I found my own happiness. Like I'm already lit without it. You know what I mean? But at the time, I felt like that's what I needed. Like if I was somewhere, I was like, oh, let me get a drink so I can turn up.
I have to have this.
Yeah. Or if I'm stressed, exactly. All these little things I told myself.
All these excuses for why you got to do some shit
that
you really don't need to do.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's one thing I told myself. My stepdad, he was like, you know, son, he was like, you getting older. After I had my stroke, he said, you getting older. He said, you knocking on 40 like this. He said, and also, the older you get, your lungs don't get stronger. Your kidneys don't get stronger. Your heart, your all of that.
Nothing gets stronger, especially if you ain't working it out the right.
He was like, it don't get stronger, son. It gets weaker. So what you're doing is even more like damaging it. Like I started noticing when I would drink, I get mad heartburn and I couldn't enjoy like just certain stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God, like what is wrong with me?
I was for 3 months, my nigga. I was like, what is wrong with my life? This is not how I'm supposed to live. I need some
like my body was telling me, bro, slow down. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. I ain't gonna lie, and I had a recent moment like that recently, which is why I went on my whole I'm not gonna drink alcohol for a while. And I've been pretty good for the last month and a half, even though I've had a couple days when, you know, it is what it is, but I'm not gonna hold myself in like, oh, you're bad. You didn't hold yourself to what you're gonna say, because it's up to me. This is my body, you know what I'm saying? Right. And just the effort is hard enough. I don't think for people who don't have like something that the trauma or something that is linked to, which I know that my drinking is linked to. And I got a family full of alcoholics on both sides. So it was kind of bound to happen to me. And I avoided it for 23 years, like all my life until 23 years old. I was like, I'm never drinking because all of you alcoholics, right? And then that fucking trauma gets to you and the shit happens. And you're like, well, fuck it. I might as well take a drink. And it's just, but like you said, the clarity that I've been having over the past few weeks, even, you know, just little simple ass shit. I'm just like, look, this been happening for the past 5-7 years. And I ain't noticed that shit. Like, oh, because you was drunk, bitch. That's why. Like, let's be honest with yourself. And honestly, all you was doing was drinking to numb pain. That's going to come right back. As soon as that drink dry up, and then you know what? Either you're gonna have to deal with it, or you're gonna have to go get another drink. And I was like, you know, I can't keep going to get these drinks.
You know what, Treka?
Down, like my body told me I had fainted, blacked out at work before I had had the close to stroke shit. And the day that I almost had a stroke, I thought, oh, this is just how I feel after I drink too much. So, you know, I waited off. I'm just hungover. And my homegirl came over and she was just like, you don't look good. I was like, I'm fine. I know. I look horrible, bitch. I drank so much fucking vodka last night. But I'll be all right. Just give me some water. I'll be okay. She's like, nah, you need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And thank God. And she wasn't even supposed to come over that day, but thank God she came over and made me go. Because they was like, if you hadn't come, you would have had a stroke at home. And I live at home by myself on tile floors. So had I had a stroke and passed the fuck out, that could have been bad news bears for me. So I took so many different messages from just the whole account. And it's like, yeah, it was horrible, but thank God it happened. Because I was in here damn near drinking a fifth of vodka a day and half a bottle of wine. And still going to work. Functioning.
Functional, yeah. Yeah, high functioning, you know?
Highly functioning.
Yeah.
Like autopilot to the point that motherfuckers never knew when I was blacked out. And I would come home and tell them the next day, like, yo, I don't remember anything after this. It's like, well, that was early in the night.
Damn. Yeah.
And that's scary too, because shit, I've just been covered for a long time that nothing horrible has happened while I've been under the influence to that extent. But I can't get there anymore.
I was going to say, though, you know, this space right here is a space of healing. Because being able, it's very cathartic, and hopefully it can be able, you know, because it's being recorded, someone else can be able to find some nuggets that can, you know, they can relate to, because like this is a space of healing. And when you're able to talk about this, you know, that's why I always say like mental health is like is everything.
Number one priority for me.
Yeah. So like
that whole experience created this podcast a year and a half ago.
Exactly. That whole experience for me made me go and have someone that I could talk to, a therapist, where I could just get shit out. You know what I mean? Just to have somebody listen, you know? And that is a way of healing, of just kind of like getting it out, because so I just wanted to say, like, what you have created right here is such a wonderful thing, and I'm just really happy.
I'm blessed to have people come through and be a part of it, like for real. Like y'all and everybody before you, we all learn from each other and we all connected. And you don't get a lot of spaces like this where you can just talk about some shit that most people don't want to talk about. They'd rather avoid that conversation. They don't want to. The uncomfortable conversations are the most important ones to me. Yeah. And I'm just thankful that I can, you know, I have a platform to just share the little experiences I have, because to me, I'm like, oh, well, it's just my life. But you know what? To someone else, that might be the encouragement they need to go the next day and be like, it'll get better. It can get better. You know, it won't stay bad forever. Or maybe I do need to pay attention to this, and maybe I do need to make a couple changes, switch it up. But I'm nowhere near perfect. Y'all see me on here, I'm drinking a White Claw, fucking smoking, like, you know what I'm saying? But perfect? We are all human. And everybody's at their own time.
Ask people that question: what's perfect? Is it perfect because it's somebody else's decision? Are you view yourself? Why do you view yourself in an imperfect way? What is your definition?
Wait a minute. Somebody else creeped up in here. Because Sam, I know your fucking voice.
My nigga.
Okay.
I'm here today.
How long you been here, Dad? How long you been there, Dad?
I've been here for a minute, man, listening to past stories, man, strokes and whatnot.
Oh, okay. Well,
I've been knocked out, but for other reasons.
To the show, you've been here before. You know the rules. Damn, I'm gonna call you after the show.
I'm not interrupting people when they was talking about something. You know what I'm saying? No. When people was talking about their feelings,
You're not.
People, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't.
Conrad was speaking about some real deep shit, so I let the man talk. You know what I mean?
I appreciate
important stuff that people need to know about.
Because we know you can talk some shit.
Thank you.
These are my friends. These are my family. That's Sergio. That's Conrad. You know, DJ Roselle. Everybody else, that's Kasim Osgood. He likes to just sneak in the back and just be quiet and shit.
Hey, I was just taking lead from Roselle, you know what I'm saying? Just to slide in.
Yeah, but you know Roselle never say anything. Come on. I'm glad you came to support him. He needs that from you right now. Ain't that a bitch? But okay.
No, hey, it's real.
Welcome. You know I love you coming through, bro. I appreciate you sliding through.
Hey, I appreciate being accepted into the group, man. And like Conrad said earlier, it's a safe space. So I was letting the man speak about some real deep stuff. And truthfully, when people have something that they're sharing and it's a nugget, you don't want to interrupt that because it ain't about me right now. It's about the space. So I'm just sliding in and being a spectator. You know how it is.
All right, grown man. Okay, grown man. I respect it.
Yeah, but you had made a comment.
I mean, do you want the pause or what? I'm just keep it cool.
You made a comment about I'm not perfect, but yeah, you are. Because who defines perfect? Who defines
right? Say that, bro.
The fact that you're here and that you have what did it say? You have consciousness, so you're able to make conscious decisions. Right. You don't say, "Well, if I made a decision, I drank too much last night." Well, too much because you couldn't do what you wanted to do because you're not operating in your function. Like, what are you trying to do? So if drinking too much, it negates the ability to function in a high order. So the fact you said that I blacked out, but people didn't realize it because you have a high functioning call on your life. And if you're drinking, it is an inability for you to connect your consciousness to your function.
Right.
I read this book right here, this book called The Fifth
Agreement. Okay.
This shit is real. This is like
put it up real quick again. I need to see the author. Don Miguel. Right, back it up. But Don Miguel Ruiz.
I don't back shit up. I slaying that Oscar.
I read the 4 agreements, but I ain't read the 5th one yet though.
The fifth one is life-changing. Okay. The 5th one is life-changing. The last thing it says is that don't take anything personal.
Okay.
Really. And we take everything personal. Like how we view ourselves. Like, I'm not perfect. According to who? Well, according to what I'm supposed to be doing. Who told you what you're supposed to be doing? How do you know what you're supposed to be doing?
You're right.
There's a level of consciousness that you'll start to realize yourself is that whatever decision you make, it's the decision you're going to make. If we're on a planet that's coming from, let's say you don't believe in God, but you believe in the Big Bang, you believe in the universe. The universe started from somewhere and it's moving to somewhere. You have no control over that. You're on a ride that you have no control over. So if you get to your microcosm of where you are in life, you start to try to nitpick the little things that you do. Oh, I should have did that. I should have did this. Should have did that. Yeah. What if it's going to happen anyway? What if you don't? You don't have no control of that. You have control over how you interpret what has already happened, and you can help benefit yourself by pushing yourself in a direction on a microcosm to where you're in agreement with what you feel you're supposed to be doing. But even then, at the end of the day, you don't know what you're supposed to be doing. So you can come into congruence with how you feel about yourself and what you're doing. You sort of relax on the little things like, oh, I drank too much last night. Well, it wasn't too much. You just had some drinks and you weren't doing what you're supposed to be doing. Get back on track. All you can do is get back on track. If you keep
all I can do is correct it. I mean,
I used to keep track of so many times that I mess up. I grew up since I was 8 years old. I was baptized and I've been in the church since day one. And if you do this, then you're going to go to hell. If you do this, you're going to go to hell. This is a sin. That's a sin. This is a sin.
All day.
If you remove all the microcosm and get back to the macro, God said, believe in him and you'll be saved. So why am I stressing about the little things that's making me imperfect in my own eyes? I'm not imperfect in God's eyes because he said you already washed clean. So even if you don't believe in God, you believe in Buddha. Buddha says you become harmony with nature and become one with the universe. The universe is moving in one way. Get your ass moving in that way.
Right.
You know, on the way, you might pick up a little dust. You might a fly might hit your windshield.
Right. You might stop and smell the roses too long.
Yeah. Hey, cut you some of them roses, put it in the vase, wipe that fly off your windshield, and keep shit pushing. You know what I mean? Like, we struggle too much about.
And I will say this: my self-talk is horrible, but I will give the best advice to all of my fucking friends and family. But how I talk to myself is what I really need to work on.
I did this the other day. I was looking in the mirror. I was bad because I was stressed out and I had yelled at my son, but it was yelling out of anger because he kept antagonizing. And I'm not smoking no weed to calm myself down, so I don't have that to rely on. So I'm sitting here fresh in the mind. I'm looking at my son. I'm like, okay. He had, kind of pissed me off, aggravated me. So I kind of snapped at him and I felt bad. And I told him, I'm sorry for yelling at you because I wasn't the right way to do it. But hey, I need you to listen. And then I'm on myself, like, be a better parent, do better than what your dad did. And I'm just stressing all day about yelling at my kids. So then I look in the mirror and I'm just staring at myself and like, man, fuck that shit. Literally, man, fuck that shit. It's over. Why am I always stressing about something that I can't change no more? It's over. I'll just move on to the next.
Right.
And we used to have this thing in football where you're not a starter, but you're on a team. You're struggling to get back in a starting position. Stuff's not going your way. You're not getting the reps you want. but you stress over something you can't control. So we had a group called FDS, which is fuck that shit. Literally, I ain't got time to mess with this. I'm here. I'm in the NFL. I'm having a good time. I'm getting paid to play a kid's sport. What are you stressed about? You're not getting enough playing time? Man, fuck that shit. Playing time. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Do what I can.
I used to always wonder.
What I'm saying? Be on your P's and Q's. Do what you're supposed to do. What's asked of you, and that's all you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
And I mean, as long as you holding your own, then I really shouldn't give a fuck about what nobody thinks. And I say I don't give a fuck, but I that's something I'm trying to unlearn and still unpack. Because I grew up making sure I was always the best on the top of everything, from academics to anything. And it's because that was the only way I was going to get acknowledged. I was going to be loved. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we were talking about. Looking for that acceptance, looking for that validation, looking for love from without, and externally from you, when you need to look for it within yourself. And I think I'm just starting to learn and to love myself again, like to love myself for who I am wholeheartedly, no matter what it is.
Balls and all
of it.
Yeah.
All
that balls and all. So yeah, Treka got balls.
Shut the fuck up.
Balls.
I thought you said balls too, and I was like, yeah.
Metaphorical balls. You got metaphorical
balls, balls, and all
big
of the
brass
shit.
Balls.
All of the above. I'm all of it.
Keep game. We develop these symbols to how to interpret our lives and how we communicate. We communicate through symbols, whether it's our language, body language, emotions, how you convey your feelings. They're all built based on symbols. It's a set system of symbols that we have, and that's how we interact with each other. That's how we critique each other. That's how we grade ourselves. Everything is based off the symbols. Right. Take a chance to step back and understand the symbols that you use to describe everything in your life, whether it's love or hate, anger, jealousy, envy, wrath, frustration. All this stuff is based on acceptance. You know what I'm saying? What do people accept you for? Well, because I'm pretty, or I'm rich, or I do this job, or I'm a girl, or I'm a guy, I'm straight, I'm gay, I'm transgender, whatever it is. People, there's so much struggling on acceptance for the symbols that we have. Well, who designed the symbols, and where's the history of the symbols? If you go back in time and see what this stuff made, what is it, where's it from, and how we created it, you can sort of understand the fact that it's all useless. It's bullshit. All this bullshit. It's like social media. It's bullshit.
It's all man-made.
It's man-made.
It's all man-made, and ain't no love behind it. Social and on top of that, everybody can pretend to be someone they are not so easily, and we're already so disconnected from who we truly are.
Oh my God. Can we talk about that though for a second?
You already don't know.
Conrad knows I was about to go to that. The four agreement.
Oh my God.
That's in the four agreement.
Because people really think people really think that that's reality. And I'm like, no, bro, like, do you know how many takes it took for them to get that
one picture? How many
do you know how many tries they video took? Take 2, take 3 to get that. Nothing is what it seems. You don't know. Nothing. Like even right now, I'm on Zoom with y'all, right? I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it 100. My apartment is not clean. But what you're gonna see in this box is gonna be
hey, that's all y'all need to see. Don't worry about what's on the ground.
On the floor, I ain't got the light.
I ain't worried about what's on the ground. You don't worry about what's on the ground. I don't worry
about that. You just worry about what you see on your screen. That's all you worry about.
A sink full of dirty dishes right now.
Hey, Conrad. Hey, Conrad, what goes with what you said about how many takes it gets to get what you consider what people will think is perfect? What if you don't get the likes that you thought you were supposed to get? Then what? How bad you feel about putting all that time into getting 50 likes? You wanted 500, you got 50. Now what? What you gonna do?
Right, it's a dopamine kick to your brain. Every time somebody likes it, every time somebody comments, it's like, yeah. So it's like a drug. It's like you getting a hit, like ooh, every time. And so like I do this like talking in a group session with young men, boys and men of color, every 3 times a week. And like we ask them, the first thing you do in the morning, do you pick up your phone? And a lot of them raise their hand. I'm just like, yo, like, you know, I'm guilty of being that way too. Like I don't do it no more, but because I put my phone over there so I can help me go to sleep. So that way, when I get up, it's not the first thing I grab and go to social media and see what, you know what I mean? But a lot of people do that. And it's such like a thing. It's like a third arm. You know what I mean? Like, it's attached to them.
Yeah.
I legit have to put my shit across the room because I live in a studio. But yeah, I'll be on the bedside and the phone goes on the couch side. And before I can get over there, I gotta look in the mirror, which is right by my bed, and I say, Treka, I love you. And then you go up and go turn the alarm off or go check my fucking emails because that's just what it is for work. But
screw them emails, screw social media. What is the stock market doing? That's what I'm trying to do. Because my parents didn't have stocks growing up.
Because Sam, you got some kind of investments. I ain't got that kind of money playing with.
Hey man, look, if I got $5 in some cryptocurrency, I'm gonna check it and make sure it turns into 6 the next day.
My $10 I put in Bitcoin is doing good though. So
no, it's just changing that mindset. It's like, hey, we as a younger minority generation have to learn how to be responsible with our finances as opposed to chasing after false idols and false dreams. I'm not the studio gangster or the dope boy or a dude like that. Got real honest money that I got to make sure that shit grows because I have kids too. So
we got to learn how to invest.
It's like, a like on a picture on Instagram ain't gonna get me paid. You know what I'm saying? If I got 1 million views on YouTube, then we can talk about something because I'm not monetizing yet. So hey, until I monetize, it's gonna not be prioritized.
Right. You got to make a living, and there's other ways to getting it than what they present you as. Oh, this the quick way. The quick way usually ain't the quickest way, and the quick way it usually don't last that fucking long either. I'm looking for longevity. I'm trying to build legendary legacy.
If you're living life, there is no quick unless you're just trying to burn your candle.
And I don't want nothing quick. I don't even know what I'm running to. I'm just running.
Even if you got married tomorrow, that wouldn't be considered quick because you got to live with that for the rest of your life. So look at.
Ooh, I never thought about it like that.
You know what I'm saying? Look at what's your timeline. Your focus might be small, but you still living your life. The life is macro.
Right.
Every little thing you do is like, okay, this really applies to right now, or this applies to 5 years. Whether you're making an investment now or investment later, it's your life.
I think people don't realize that whatever you're talking about, I'm doing this for the future. The future is now.
Yeah. Hey.
When you think that same thing, we already in the future. What are you talking about? I'm a time traveler. I'm in the future right now.
I posted on my bathroom mirror every morning. It says the future is now. Stop saying, oh, I'll do this in the future. I'll do this next week, or I'll do this next Tuesday. Do it today.
Even if it's small baby steps, right? Like my mom used to tell me when I was in community college, because I hated school, she used to tell me, son, even if you just take one class a semester, just chip away at it. Just chip away at it. It's gonna add up. And sure enough, like I told you, I did the whole Los Rios tour. It took me over 10 years. Taking time off, quick semesters, but it added up. And that's what I'm saying. Like that is like working out or like walking or like whatever. Just jogging, whatever.
But okay, let me ask you this though. Well, I'm gonna ask you too, but I want to ask Sergio first. Like, did you see yourself being where you are today, where you was when it was like 1998, 99?
Oh, no. No, in all honesty, I saw things being so very different. And
how did you see things being?
I was going to be for one, I was going to be much healthier, much more successful doing something I really never wanted to do ever again. I was like, oh, I'm going to be what was I saying at the time? Graphic designer. And I took like a semester of graphic design and was like, this is the most boring shit in the world.
You sound like me with nursing all my life. I was like, I'm going to be a nurse.
Yeah.
That's like, fuck nursing. But yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to be in shape. I'm going to be this. And I was like, I'll be teaching part-time. So that kind of fell into place. But like, I swore to myself, like, I'm not going to be like my dad. Like my dad and I are the same age this year. He died when he was 41, heart disease. And it's crazy because the time of his last heart attack, I was 9 years old, which is how old Isla was when and my little brother was 1, which is how old Beef was. So I'm like
repeating the cycle.
Yeah,
but you gotta break it. At least you see your cycle. Like that's crazy. not dope like, oh, that's good that everything is happening like that. But you know, it's dope that you can see the cycle and you know that you can break it. Like you have that power to not continue to do it so that they don't do with it. They don't have to deal with it in 40 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
History don't repeat itself, but it rhymes.
Oh,
if you can learn the lyrics to your life, you can change it. Change the next verse.
Would you say history don't repeat itself when what?
So history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. Yeah. There's a lot of long-standing rhythms and vibrations that carry through that's tied to your genetic DNA, your bloodline. That's a vibration that started from day one, from wherever you originated from, that goes through your whole bloodline.
Whole lineage. And I think that's why my life has been a little bit difficult than any of my other like family members, because I don't choose to follow the same current they swim with. I mean, I was the first woman in my family to go to college. And I think the only reason I went back then was to be that first person to say I did it. But now I realize it was way deeper than just that.
That's the hardest thing that most people don't realize, especially in the Black community, because we're so tight knit. Because that's all we've ever had. We don't have outside support from other people cheering you on, saying go go go, unless you want a sports team or you're a rapper or you can sing real good. But you know, otherwise than that, our nucleus is our family unit and our hood. But the best thing you could do for yourself is to recognize that if your hood is not feeding you in a positive manner, you have to break free from that, because you're going to become congruent and vibrate on that level. And you have to vibrate at a higher level in order to excel in whatever you want to do. And sometimes your passions don't align with the people that you know or live or love with.
Nah, I was on a PM frequency and they was on AM. We was just not, it was static, you know, like, and I've always felt like that growing up, but I always did what I had to do to fall in line. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was so goody in school, but I still was cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I just have to do what I have to do to get by. But going to college, I didn't come out with anything to be a nurse. What I did come out with knowledge of who I truly am. And it was completely different from the bullshit they taught me from kindergarten to 12th grade. And like, I've been a queen and a king. What you mean? Like, okay. Africana Studies. Dr. Ah, shout out to you. I don't think he watches my show, but Dr. Ah, San Diego State, he's a legend for us. Cause Sam, and on top of that, and this is real random, I don't even know how I became friends with you, my nigga.
Cause I'm a nigga and everybody love niggas.
No, you was a fucking football player. Of course, everybody loved you, but I wasn't one of those.
Hey, that's how you define me in the moment.
Okay,
you got to know me. Was I still the football player?
I don't know how I know you.
That's the thing. If you just knew me as a football player, that's all you would ever know about me as a football player. But you know a lot more about me than me being a football player, right?
I do. And I'm like, I don't even know how I got attached to this motherfucker though. But that's a blessing. But like, that's what I was getting to. Like, it wasn't on no, I'm trying to fuck with him or I'm with one of them girls or anything. We didn't have no classes together. I didn't have to give you no homework or no answers and shit.
We had some mutual friends.
We just crossed paths a lot.
It was in the comments, in the comments, and we had some mutual friends, and you was talking and I was talking, and I made a comment and you started laughing, and then you said something back. It was a quick-witted banter back and forth. I was like, oh yeah, it's Treka's okay. And then from that moment on, it was like, yeah, just somebody who just, you're on the same level, you vibrate, you talk, you speak the same language.
Right. I like that organic type shit though. And I mean,
yeah,
I think most of my closest and best friends, I could tell either we hated each other before we became best friends, or we don't know how we met. And that's how all of my stories go. But I was just like wondering. I mean, I know Conrad and Sergio, I know them from high school.
Yeah.
We didn't all run in the same groups, but we all knew of each other. And I think that for me, I got more connected with them after we got out of high school and, you know, when we got a little bit older. But so that's good to know.
Yeah, some organic stuff, man. You know,
I'm all about the organics. Anybody got to go anywhere so that we can say goodbyes to you?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to deal with something right now with my brother. He's going through something, and I'm sorry. I'm like texting and trying to be here and there at the same time.
It's not a big deal. We usually take a music break right about now. So
yeah. I do need to call him because basically, you know how they got the Zelle transfer and I sent some money and it wasn't a little bit of money and now the money ain't there and it's like, hold on,
no, you gotta get on the line.
Gotta. So I gotta handle some business right quick, y'all. But it was a pleasure, man.
You can always pop back on if you want. The link is open until we shut it down. So
okay. Well, let me try to do this and I'll try to tap back in. But if not, I definitely appreciate you, Treka. I love what you're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing. Don't get discouraged. Some days you might not get the outcomes that you want, but just know you are reaching someone. Even though you may not see it, it's happening. And there are people that they're paying attention. So just know that. And just want to say my love and I appreciate you. So thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate you coming through and showing us love. We'll see you again. Yeah. And I'll talk to you soon. For sure. I really appreciate you for sure. And you keep doing what you're doing because you motivate a lot of people, including me. So
thank you so much.
Keep on your thriving.
For sure. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all again.
Okay.
All right. Peace.
Later. Is Sergio still here? Hold on. Now let me turn my views on.
Yeah, I hear the kids in the background doing the toothbrushing.
So you gotta dip real soon, Kasim.
Yeah, you know how it is when you got the kids, 5 and 3-year-old. It's like, yeah, you have a schedule, but it ain't your schedule. It's their schedule.
We're real close to the end anyway. So do you want to share anything that you were involved with lately that you are promoting or any business ventures?
I just had a football camp for the kids. 4th of July weekend over at San Diego State. And we had about 150 kids out there. And it was just good to get back involved in the community.
Nice.
Going out there and showing the kids that, we still care and that after COVID, it just gets back to normal. If you just put your head down, focus, and get back to work, all the other stuff, all the outside noise, it goes away. Because I ain't seen Fauci on TV I don't know how long. And thank God, because we get tired of hearing that, man. You don't talk about nothing. All you care about is scaring people into go and get this damn vaccine so you can make some money off that shit. I mean, whether you believe in the vaccine or not, don't matter. But just get back to doing what you used to do so you can get your life back in order because inflation is real. And I don't know if you see my Instagram, but I know a homie that he was real pissed off about about inflation. So if you speak my Instagram,
I'm gonna go check it out. Like for real. Like I literally was at the store. I was like, damn, y'all raising the price on water? Water is free.
Everything.
What the fuck?
Hey, soon enough, you're not gonna be able to get free water, especially in California.
I'm gonna have to put my air in my mama name, but she ain't even got.
Where you get free water at now?
I said faucet, but it ain't real water.
It probably ain't real water.
You drink that water out that faucet, and you try to see how many kids you gonna have after drinking that shit.
I can't drink water out the faucet in San Diego. It's against the law. I think you'll die immediately.
You're probably
Elk Grove water tastes like
sawdust.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly, as a child growing up,
it's gotten better. It's gotten worse. It's good for water.
Crazy. It tastes like woodchuck now. Just not even stardust.
I see Thanos in the background right there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Thanos.
That's beef. That's beef in the background.
Yeah. That's why I got blur on because you probably monster trucks and
there you go. Say hi, beef. You blow kisses?
You can't see him.
Somebody crying in the background. I got it.
All right, Kasim. Well, you get to them kids. At least you've been the good father.
Hey.
Who, me?
Both of you.
I was gonna say, no, don't say just because he's around me.
You got your baby in the same house with you. That's good, my nigga. That's good. That's 10 steps ahead of a lot of people I know personally.
It is new to us. I don't even know my way.
It is new to us.
It is new to us. Daddy, what is this? What is the daddy? I wish you have this.
Oh, wait, Kasim, you got Instagram, you got Twitter, you got any of the other shit you want to put your shit on?
Yeah, at Kasim Osgood.
Oh, just your name. Oh, because you're probably only fucking Kasim Osgood.
Well, I know that guy, so I just use his name to piggyback off.
Oh, okay. Well, just keep being him if that's what's working for you in life. But
he has a homie that's on there. Check the last post on it. Ask him, you'll see. It's funny.
Okay, I'm really about to check it. I'm about to repost it too if it's good.
No, the homie does not like inflation. He's very upset about it.
I don't like inflation either. I mean, them egg prices is getting out of hand, and I don't eat regular eggs. I eat organic brown. So Lord Jesus.
Check out what the homie said on Instagram. You'll see it. It's hilarious.
All right, Kasim.
All righty, y'all. Hey, be blessed, be well.
Thank you. Stay blessed, bro.
Hey, don't be too hard on yourself because everybody else is trying to be
I won't. I love you. Thank you.
Everybody else trying to be hard on you. So we don't need to be hard on yourself.
Including you, my dude.
Yeah. Yep, I be telling myself like that every day.
Bye.
Push it. All right, y'all.
Sergio, you don't like eggs? What the hell?
No, I do eggs.
Don't be hating on my fucking organic brown eggs. I need protein in my life. Hey, Beef. Like, who is that? Beefy. Well, we ain't gonna hold you too long, Sergio. What you got? You just gonna be chilling for the summer? Please take it easy. Sergio.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I said, what you got planned for the summer?
I think it's freezing up.
Is he freezing?
Yeah.
Oh, now it's froze.
He's doing what you used to do back.
What I used to do on my on my you got jokes. You don't say shit the whole show, but when you do say something, you got jokes. Ain't that something? I hope America is watching this.
Yeah.
Sergio, what you gonna do this summer? You got a tutor?
Man, I'm gonna grow up this summer. I didn't.
Don't do it too fast.
Well, I know. It's funny you say that because like me and my mom, we had like this weird relationship for years, and I always thought like, oh man, she could have been a better mom. She could have been a better mom. And
Me too. And I feel bad about thinking like that now.
See, yeah, I feel horrible because I realized like when I turned
life is hard as an adult. Fuck this shit.
I look at how my parents were when they were 40 or 39, even 38, and how their shit was together. And I'm like,
my shit is not anywhere near
together. I was like, I didn't realize I was still watching my parents grow up.
Right.
Like
I'm still a child.
Yeah. And I was like, no, this shit's hard, man. And especially for like my mom, a Black woman, like it was not easy. And I was like, I gotta take a step back. If I'm like out here, Black women need to be considered and thought of and respected. I'm like, but what about my mom? Like,
right.
And the whole like protect Black women.
Oh, I'm glad you spoke on that.
And then I was like, no, man, I called my mom. I was in the drive-thru at In-N-Out Burger one day, and I called my mom. I was bawling. I was like, I just want to say I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You know what? This is a conversation I've been putting off all week to have with my mom, and it's crazy that you bring it up because it's been weighing on me. I'm like, what is so heavy right now? And it's something I thought about 3 days ago, and I was like, I'm gonna call it a day, and I put it off, and I was like, you know what? Never mind. But it's a conversation I have to have with her. You know what I mean? Because even with me trying to figure my life out, I've attacked her like, well, why didn't you do this? And how'd you let this happen? You wasn't even fucking there for me. You wasn't a fucking good mom. And I have to realize now what she was dealing with, especially having 2 other kids. And we being in California, and it was just like, like I gotta take it easy on Angie. Like I gotta ease up on Angie because she got me this far. Right. And I couldn't imagine having to raise 3 other human beings right now at 40. Please, I can barely raise myself half the week. And that's only because I gotta go to work to get that check. But please believe it's difficult. So I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Completely.
I'm gonna tell you, our relationship got exponentially better. Like after I had that conversation with her, she was so much like this person that I knew she'd been all along, but the world hardens people.
Yeah.
And I got to see a part of who my mom was before all that shit happened. And it's really been like eye-opening, and it's brought a lot of things full circle. And Like, she's one of the best grandmas I know, like, ever. She loves.
They always love their grandbabies.
Yeah, but I know some grandmas I'd be like, all right, now take him home. My mom be like,
no, my mama keep the little motherfuckers. I can tell her, I'll have one. You gonna keep it? She's like, oh, then have it. She want me to do all the hard work, right? And then she gets to go keep it with the baby, right? Yeah.
Now he's ready.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and I think we just go ahead and wrap it up, right?
This is great though. I like this. This is wonderful.
This is awesome. I really appreciate you coming through, dropping your gems. I knew you would. You're a great friend. You've always been great. I don't have no bad things to say about you. And anybody that says something bad, I'll punch them in the throat.
Oh, so, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, nah, you better not badmouth Treka in front of me, because you know, hey, you got.
Yes, you better not let them. Ain't nobody got nothing to say anyway. Right? I bet you won't say it to her face. That's all I'm gonna say to them. Don't hit them. Just say, I bet you won't say it to her face.
It depends on who it is. They might get hit. I don't know. I have anger issues. I hold grudges.
I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to unlearn and unpack that too, because I do too. I believe me. Trust me, I get it. But I definitely appreciate you coming through.
Right, thanks a lot, Treka. I appreciate you.
You can come back anytime. You're free, which I know ain't never, because look at your co-star.
Don't have me be a regular. I'll be up on here.
I'm down for you to be a regular. I was just talking about shutting the whole shit down a couple weeks ago. So
I'm glad you decided to stick with it. I think this is a good space. This is a really good space.
I think we're on to something. Like I said, you always got an open invitation.
All right.
I don't know how open and private you are. If you have anything you want to share, I suppose a social media tag or Instagram where people can follow you, you're more than welcome to share that now. And I'm gonna say that's a no. Roselle, you want people to find you? Where can they find you to get you, DJ Ro?
On Instagram it's Raw 60 billion, and on Facebook it's Roselle Joyner.
What I forgot to mention is I want to have an episode with the younger people on here. And so I am looking for like my nieces and nephews, so to speak. If anybody comes across people that you think would be good to come on the show and just talk about life and what it is through their eyes, please shoot me the information. You can get me at no.do.be.better on Instagram, or you can check me on TL Dub on Facebook, TEELDUB. But I like to thank all of our guests. Conrad Crump, you can find him, and Mr. Kasim Osgood. I'm sure y'all know who he is. If you don't, you can Google him. But this was a great show. I appreciate everybody coming through and watching and being a part. And for the music, everything was wonderful. It was good energy tonight. And I guess we're saying good night.
Yep, let's do it. Good night, everybody.
Night, night.